The strengths of PFI arrangements are inextricably linked to the quality of the contract entered into. On the upside, it opens the door to the expertise of the private sector in areas such as project management. Perhaps most important of all, it was the possibility of transferring and allocating risk to those most capable of managing it. For example, transferring construction risk to the private sector almost certainly means that it's likely to be built to time and on budget. For the government, there's the advantage that no upfront costs in the system and the fact that payments are only made once the asset is fully constructed and available for use are positives. There's an incentive through the concept of whole life costs to construct more efficient assets. And finally, innovations and efficiency which are naturally delivered in the private sector are able to be incorporated into public sector delivery, which would all be great if there was no downside to the concept, but there is. Weaknesses have often arisen because of a shortage of the required skills in the public sector to negotiate PFI contracts effectively. And as Secretary of State for Defence, I saw the consequences of having negotiators on behalf of the MOD constrained by public sector pay norms, having to negotiate with infinitely better paid opposite numbers in the private sector in the defence industry. And we all know from reports that have gone to Parliament the cost that that has ultimately given taxpayer. Then the procurement process is often lengthy and expensive, which of course increases the contract cost as the private consortium will seek to recover such expenditure. The borrowing cost of the private sector is also higher than the public sector. There's the reduced flexibility for the public sector. The bank loans used to finance construction require a long payback period, which often results in contracts that are difficult to renegotiate. Inevitably, this means that the annual PFI payments have become increasingly burdensome as the relative cost against any falling budget grows.